Concluding Chapter 8, Prayer as Dominant Desire. Suggestions for thought and discussion. What is the relation between prayer and a person's dominant desires and purposes? How far does prayer represent the real purpose and desire of the man? When do the words spoken in prayer fail to represent the real prayers? How far can a man's character be measured out by his prayers? What is the difference between outward petition and a dominant desire of a life? What effect upon the answer to prayer has a person's dominant desire? Can prayer, which does not represent dominant desire, be answered? Why or why not? What made the difference in the prayer for forgiveness of the servant who owed 10,000 talents and the one who owed 100 shillings? When has a person a right to expect an answer to a prayer for forgiveness? How far was the first missionary tour of Paul the result of prayer? What is the difference between offering a prayer for missions and offering ourselves? When is a nation's prayer for peace sincere? To what extent does prejudice against other classes and nations interfere with an effective prayer for peace? When are we justified in praying for the poor, for our friends, for forgiveness, for world brotherhood, for missions? Are all prayers representing dominant desire answered? When is prayer sincere? Why did the Master denounce the prayers of the Pharisees? Why does lack of time for meditation make for insincerity in prayer? When does a person really pray, "Thy kingdom come"? What is the relation of procrastination to the inefficacy of prayer? What light do the Beatitudes throw upon the prerequisite of answered prayer? What makes the difference between a petition addressed to God and a sincere prayer? What makes for insincerity in prayer? What is the relation of dominant desire to sincerity in prayer? How can I make my prayers sincerely represent my dominant desires? Now, there is the difference between the partial and the complete and the specific and the general, right? If you're sincere about wanting something, but it's not that important, that's probably the idea, right? At least it's not thought of as important.